going.
No quarter part 2. The camera cut us off on part 1, which is okay anyway because it was already 5 minutes of blah, 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 blah. So what we were talking about was why you never see close mics in my videos. We use like a cell phone, and now we're using a slightly better style cell phone. It's just like a little DSL camera with a cheap mic on it. But anyway, the whole topic of conversation, if you didn't watch part 1, you'll be lost. But why I don't do that is because I want you to hear what the amp really sounds like in the room, because you can take any amp and make it sound really good in the studio. And that's pretty much the end of that conversation.
So, was part 1 the guitar lesson?
Well, we sort of tagged them that way. What do we tag? What's the words we use?
Ain't no guitar lesson.
That ain't no guitar lesson. Because it gets people to look and watch. But, you know, I don't consider my videos guitar lessons. I'm showing you my amps and what they sound like in different things, and I'm not qualified to give you lessons, okay? But if you want to watch something I'm doing and learn from it, knock yourself out. But as far as guitar lessons are concerned, there's guys on there, you know, that are much more qualified to give you lessons on that kind of stuff. But I was playing, first of all, you know, that song on the record is out of C sharp minor, right? Right, but that's what you hear on the record, but that's not where he's playing it, because he's tuned down a half a step, okay? And there's tape manipulation and crazy strange effects. And he doesn't play that part anyway, that's the keyboard part. But so when you go to learn that song, it's going to be tough, but an easy way to learn it would be to watch the reunion tour on there. And when you do watch that, keep in mind that what you hear and what you see are two different things, because, you know, those people were so lucky to be there, but they heard something totally different than what we're hearing. That thing went back in the studio. Like John Paul Jones totally re-recorded all his bass tracks. Jimmy's guitar tone came from Pro Tools rig after, and so who knows what that sounded like live, but it's wonderful when they were done with it in the studio. Which brings me back to the same thing of you can make anything sound good in the studio, and you know, you get in the studio with one of my amps, you put a mic anywhere near it, and the engineer's like, wow, this is incredible, you know. It's a lot less work, because they sound, when guys come over and play them, the first thing they say is, it sounds like it's already recorded, you know. But, you know, so if you listen to the one he did in the reunion tour, he's old, I'm old. We tune down to D, a lot of us guys. If you're a younger guy, you don't quite understand that, but repetitive things in life, things you do over and over and over again, start to take their toll. Elbow joints, hands, whatever. So we all learned it from Jimi Hendrix. He was only in his 20s, and he was playing all day and all night. He couldn't take it anymore, and he dropped down, with tens, he dropped down to D towards the end of his career with the band of Gypsies. And when you listen to that stuff, when I was young and I listened to it, I went, this sounds different. I figured out, oh, he's tuned in D. And I tuned the guitar to D. You got to have a good guitar to do it, but you tune in D and you're like, whoa, listen to that sound. And then everyone copied him, you know, Robin Trower down in D, but most of us put 11s. I don't like light strings. Put heavy strings and tune down. And that's what Page did that whole concert at, is he's tuned in D, except for obviously the couple of open tuning songs. I don't know what I could listen to it and tell you what they're in, but I don't know right now off the top of my head. But anyway, if you watch that one, he's tuned down in D, and so the main riff down in D would be. Right? So, and then all the other stuff I played in part 1, it doesn't really matter because the guitar doesn't play anything there. I was just, you know, kind of messing with what the keyboard would have been doing, you know. thing you really need to know is there's two chords in there that the guitar does play. And if you're playing out of D, the chord is located here. It's a sliding chord, so you can play it anywhere you want, right? But that's the chord right there. Does that thing see my fingers?
No. I was getting them before you moved.
Sorry, well, I'll go back. Okay? And then the next chord is the same position, but slid up to here. Okay? So when he plays that part, it comes out of and that's it really. So it's just those two chords. And like I said, I'm not qualified to teach you because I don't even know the name of those two chords. I learned them when I was a kid, you know. And if when it says this ain't no guitar lesson, if you're watching my stuff like Paul Kossoff, blah 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 blah, I don't play this stuff anymore. I played this stuff when I was a kid. Okay. The reason why I play it is because if I play my music, you don't know what you're hearing with my amps. You don't know my music, so I pick out some stuff that everyone knows and loves that I used to know, and I have to put the record on and listen to. Oh God, I remember it. But you'll never hear me play it like it's on the record because I just don't do that. I don't like that. I put my own little signature twist on it. So I mean, you know, like for instance, you know, he does a 4 count there instead of, but I go, or you can listen to it however you want. But I'm just giving you the framework if you want to take this as a lesson. It's that simple. And that complicated part. It's open strings. If you did that with a closed string. So that's the lesson part of no quarter.
That wasn't the lesson.
That ain't no lesson. But close enough. Peace.